For my interview, I spoke with Kirsten Zhang. She is from Beijing, China, which has a population of about 20 million people. She moved here in April of last year, and just this semester she moved into my hall, and so I've gotten to know her through Bible studies and other hall events and activities. One of the major differences I would say between our educational experiences is the intensity. Her school experience was much more rigorous than mine, because I had the Monday through Friday 8 a.m. to 3 o'clock, 7 hours a day. But for her, she said they start at 7:30 and then they sit in one room until 5:30, or if you're a senior, you go from 7:30 until 9:30, and then you also get to go on Saturdays. So if you're a senior, you are going 6 days a week for 14 hours. So that's a lot. She said that because of the high intensity, all the schools are super competitive and highly stressful. And she said there's also, since you're going to school all the time, not really any room for extracurricular activities. So if you're going to do something like sports, you have to devote a lot of time to it, because basically that better be your profession. So one of the things that I took away from the conversation to use as an application is to get to know your students one-on-one. She said that for any teacher who has students that they don't know, or even if they do, it just is really helpful to know where they come from, how they learn, just know a little bit about them, so you can know what teaching methods will be most effective with those students. Another thing that I took away would be the importance of making sure everyone is on the same page with you. Make sure everyone is tracking with your lesson before you move on to the next point. Kirsten said that sometimes she'll be in a conversation with a group of people and someone will tell a joke and she won't have caught the punchline, but everyone else did, so they've just moved on to the next topic of conversation, and so she's still trying to figure out what they said here, and now she's behind in the conversation up here. And so I think that really will apply to any classroom or any teaching scenario. Make sure the student understands fully the concept you've given them, so that they're not still dwelling on that while you bring in the new information, because then they don't really have much of a chance to wrap their mind around the new information. So that's what I learned from my conversation with Kirsten.